Welcome back. In this series, we will be in the search for Nevada State Historical Markers numbers 36 through 40. Now, we find ourselves on State Route 169 in Moapa Valley, looking at marker 36, Moapa Valley. Moapa Valley. Rich in Pueblo-type culture and noted by the explorer Jedediah Smith in 1826, Moapa Valley is crossed by the Old Spanish Trail. In 1865, Brigham Young sent 75 families to settle the area, to grow cotton for the people of Utah, and to connect Utah with the Pacific Ocean via the Colorado River. Located near the junction of the Muddy and Virgin Rivers, and now under Lake Mead, the Cotton Mission was named St. Thomas for its leader, Thomas Smith. Mormons built a prosperous, self-contained agricultural industry in the valley, which included orchards, vineyards, cotton, grains, and vegetables. The December 1870 survey placed the valley in Nevada, which meant property owners owed back taxes to Nevada. The settlers, now including those in St. Joseph, Old Overton, West Point, and Logandale, began leaving 2 months later. They abandoned the results of 7 years of labor, more than 18 miles of irrigation canal, and several hundred acres of cleared land. Other Mormons resettled the land in 1880. The area remains one of the most agriculturally productive in the state. Nevada State Historical Marker, number 36. Continuing south on State Route 169, we enter Lake Mead National Recreation Area. From the park entrance, we will drive about 15 miles to Echo Bay. Here, we will find marker number 37, Powell of the Colorado. Powell of the Colorado. On August 30th, 1869, Major John Wesley Powell landed at the mouth of the Virgin River, about 12 miles south of here, thus ending the first expedition through the Grand Canyon of the Colorado River. The expedition left Green River City, Wyoming Territory on May 24th, 1869. For 3 months, Powell and his men endured danger and hunger to explore, survey, and study the geology of the canyons along the Green and Colorado rivers. Exhausted and near starvation, the Powell party was fed by the Mormons of St. Thomas, a small farm settlement about 11 miles north of here. The waters of Lake Mead flooded the original sites of St. Thomas and the junction of the Virgin and Colorado rivers. Powell's work stimulated interest in the water conservation problem of the Southwest. Nevada State Historical Marker, 37. Turning around now and heading north to US 93, we find ourselves 104 miles away at the little town of Alamo. Here we will see marker number 38, Pahranagat Valley. Pahranagat Valley. Pahranagat Valley is named after our local Shoshone Native American tribe. 3 local springs fill the valley's lakes, which farmers have used for irrigation since the mid-19th century. In the late 1860s, outlaws pastured hundreds of head of stolen cattle in the valley meadows. In 1865, ore was discovered in the area. The following year, a stamp mill was established at Hyco, 20 miles to the north, to crush the ore. Hyco became the center of activity for the valley and the county seat between 1866 and 1871, when local mining declined and Pioche claimed the county seat. The valley received international notoriety in 1867 when Dan DeQuille of the Territorial Enterprise published an article titled The Rolling Stones of Pahranagat, about magnetic traveling stones. DeQuille was notorious for publishing comedy and satire, sometimes mistaken by his readership for truth. In this case, DeQuille described these round stones as having a magical quality that, when scattered on the floor, would immediately begin traveling towards a common center. DeQuille published similar articles on the stones in 1876, 1879, and 1892. The town of Alamo before you, established in 1900, is the valley's largest present-day settlement, watered by Pahranagat Creek, and the area includes several ranches and the Pahranagat Valley National Wildlife Refuge. Nevada State Historical Marker, 38. 70 miles north, in the town of Panaca, in front of the post office building, we find our next marker, marker number 39, Panaca. Panaca. Southern Nevada's first permanent settlement was established as a Mormon colony by Francis C. Lee and others in 1864. Poor in resources, but rich in people, Panaca has changed little through the years, although mining at nearby Bullionville and Pioche has had its effects. Panaca remains an agricultural community. The post office was established in 1867, moved to Bullionville in 1874, and returned in 1879. During the 1870s, coke ovens produced charcoal here for the smelters at Bullionville. Originally located in Washington County, Utah, Panaca became part of Nevada by an act of Congress dated May 5, 1866. As the boundary was not then surveyed, a dispute arose over taxes levied by Lincoln County, Nevada. The matter settled in favor of Panaca citizenry on December 4, 1871, after a long period of bitter litigation. Nevada State Historical Marker 39. So now let's turn around again and head 168 miles back to Las Vegas. Inside the Springs Preserve Park, we will find our next marker, number 40, Las Vegas, the Meadows. Las Vegas, the Meadows. The famous Las Vegas Springs rose from the desert floor here, sending two streams of water across the valley to nurture the native grasses and create lush meadows in the valley near Sunrise Mountain. The natural oasis of meadow and mesquite forest was the winter homeland of southern Paiutes, who often spent the summer in Charleston Mountains. An unknown Spanish-speaking sojourner named this place Las Vegas, meaning the Meadows. Antonio Armijo led a trading party from Santa Fe to California in 1829-1830, traversing part of the Las Vegas Valley. One branch off the main Old Spanish Trail included the springs as a resting spot. On one of his western exploration trips, John C. Fremont camped here on May 3, 1844, and was the first to officially put Las Vegas on the map. Because of the artesian water here, Mormons established the Las Vegas Mission and Fort in 1855, a few miles east of the springs. The San Pedro, Los Angeles, and Salt Lake Railroad Company acquired water rights and land, with which it created the city of Las Vegas in 1905. Nevada State Historical Marker 40.